Hold on, everybody. I'm getting everybody in. All right, all right, all right. Hey, everybody. Hey, Rashida. Hi, Rashida. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Tara, for tuning in. So, I am Carolyn, the host of the Women's Closet Show. Hold on, y'all. Got a good show for y'all tonight. Date rape and prevention. So, let me shut this down so y'all can't hear it. All right. So, thank you, Tara. I want to talk about date rape and prevention. First, I'm going to tell you a story that happened to a woman by the name of Jasmine. And this happened in Atlanta. And there is a group of women in Atlanta that they got her back. I'm going to say this, and I'm going to tell you what happened in this club in Atlanta. Jasmine was in a club in Atlanta, and this guy roofied her. In other words, he gave her a date rape drug. And what happened after that is he raped her on the dance floor. It was recorded live on Facebook. I don't know if y'all seen it, but a couple people seen it on Facebook. Then it's reported that she was raped again outside the club. The person that recorded it on Facebook Live was a female. She was, as has been reported, she asked for help. She was telling the guy not to do this. And people just stood around and watched. Nobody helped this woman. So I put it out there. I know I put it out there last week, but I'm putting it out there again this week. If you're in the Atlanta area, you want to check in with a woman by the name of Sabrina Peterson. And Sabrina is the CEO of Glam University. Her and a group of other women they have a movement going on in support of Jasmine, which is the woman that was date raped in a club in Atlanta. So I want to talk about the date rape drugs, the effects and prevention. If you have not already shared the live stream or shared the video, please share, because every woman or guy should know what the date rape drugs of choice are and the date rape drug nicknames and how to prevent from being date raped. Okay, so I want to start off with the number one drug of date rape choice. The number one drug of date rape choice, the common street name is called, I see, Tara, that's why you don't go to clubs. Thank you, Anthony, for tuning in. Thank you, Justin, for tuning in. So the number one drug of choice for date rape is called roofie. However, I'm going to give you the clinical name for roofie. The clinical name is Rohypnol. Rohypnol is the clinical name for roofies. The other street names for roofie are the Forget Pill, Circles, and La Rocha. If you ever hear the term roofies, the clinical name for roofies is Rohypnol, but the other street names is the Forget Me Pill, La Rocha, and Circles. I'm going to tell you what the effects are of roofies. If you ever hear somebody say, I've been roofied, this is the effects that happen to them, depending on, there's three drugs that I'm going to talk about that are number one on the list for date rape. Causes are, for roofies, these are the causes: muscle weakness, fatigue, slurred speech, loss of motor coordination, amnesia, and mental judgment. I'm going to say something about all of these drugs after. Each of them will affect a person differently depending on how much drug was given to them, okay? The roofies, Rohypnol, lasts up to 24 hours. However, it takes effect in 20 minutes. It looks like aspirin, okay? So that's number one drug, Rohypnol. It looks like aspirin. It lasts up to 24 hours and it takes effect in 20 minutes. Now, I'm going to say this. I'm just going to interrupt myself for a minute. I have seen ladies, when you go out to clubs or when you go out to house parties or when you go out hanging with your friends, whether it's your male friends or your girlfriends, and you too busy partying it up, and you have this a drink, y'all, pretend like this a drink, and you have a drink in your hand. And while you too busy talking to your friends, you holding your drink like this. I have seen this one guy pop a pill in this girl's drink. Then after you see that, you see him watch her. All this is in the film. All this is true. You see him watch her to see how long it's going to take this drug to take effect. And when they do that, they follow you. So moving on to the next one. The next drug of choice is called, the street name for this is Special K. However, the clinical name for this drug is ketamine. This is the second drug of choice. It is very potent. It is dissociative as an anesthetic medication. It causes hallucinogenic effects, and the other street names for ketamine is vitamin K, Kitty, Kit Kat, and Cal Valium. So ketamine is another drug of choice for date rape. Street name, number one street name, Special K. Okay, this one is like a powder substance. It can be mixed with any type of liquid, and it's colorless, odorless, and you really can't drug, and you really can't tell. It looks like cocaine. Effects, it takes effects within 30 minutes of ingestion, and it lasts up to an hour. Ketamine is another date rape drug that lasts up to an hour. If you have not already shared this stream, please share, because every woman, every guy should know about the date rape drugs of choice that predators are using to take advantage of women, young ladies, and sometimes guys get roofied too. So that's why I say guys ought to know this as well, because guys has been known to be roofied as well as ladies that's been roofied. The next drug is called, street name is called Big G, or just G. The clinical name for G is gamma hydroxybutyric acid. That's the street name. This drug is normally used for the central nervous system. People who have CNS disorders, medical disorders, this is one of the drugs that is used for central nervous system disorders. However, it is a prescription drug used to treat a condition known as cataplexy, as well as to manage excessive daytime sleepiness with narcolepsy. Narcolepsy is people who just, you can be talking to them and they just, I've seen it happen. When I worked at the post office, there was a supervisor there who had narcolepsy, and you could be talking to him and he would be asleep in a minute. Narcolepsy is real. So the other street names for gamma hydroxybutyric acid is G, Liquid X, Goop, and Scoop. Those are the street names for GHB, gamma hydroxybutyric acid. I wanted to share something else with you about this drug. GHB is also used, now get this, y'all, it is found in drain cleaners. GHB, gamma hydroxybutyric acid, is also found in drain cleaners. It is sought out by recreational users for its CNS depressants. It causes drowsiness, dizziness, causes confusion as well. It takes effect within 10 to 20 minutes, and it lasts up to 4 hours. So we went over ketamine, gamma hydroxybutyric acid, and propanol. Remember these street names, because anybody who's using the date rape drugs is not going to be using the clinical names. So I'm going to give you the clinical names again with the street names. So if you hear them, you can recognize that it's a date rape drug, okay? So number one I gave you was Rohypnol. Rohypnol's street name is Roofies, the Forget Pill, Circles, and La Roche. That's the street. Those are the street names for Rohypnol. Everybody's familiar with Roofies as a street name for a date rape drug. There's two things about these date rape drugs. There is the drug of choice that will cause the person to become dizzy, confused, out of their mental status, weak, where they can't defend themselves at all. Some of them may be very illicit, meaning they have no control over their bodies. Next one I gave you was ketamine. Ketamine street names are Special K, Vitamin K, Kitty, Kit Kat, and Cat Valium. Those are the street names for ketamine. If you hear them, you know that they're a date rape drug, okay? The last one I gave you was GHB, and that one was gamma hydroxybutyric acid, GHB. This one is also in drain cleaners. So if you, next time you pick up a bottle of drain cleaner, look up that drug. It is also CNS, a drug for people who have nervous system disorders. So now that I have given you that information, there's some other information that I want to give you to help you out. If you are out with your friends, ladies, pay attention, wake up. If you notice anything about her that seems out of sync, that's not right, take her home. Take her home. Now, ladies, I want to talk about ladies and gents because we got gents on here too. I want to talk about prevention. And I wrote this down because there was a lot of things going through my head when I thought about the women that are out there partying, the women that are out there just out there for a night just to have some me time. And you have predators that watch women, whether they're with somebody or the lady has went out there on her own just to have some me time by herself, and the gentleman see her by herself at a bar or standing on the floor by herself. That is the recipe for date rape, because predators watch. Is she by herself? Who's she with? Is she with a group of friends, females, or does she have a man there with her? If she have a man there with her, he's not going to try to do anything such as put a pill in her drink or be aggressive about her taking a drink. And I'm going to say this too. I might be wrong for saying this, but my little wicked mind up here, be wary of the bartenders. I'm going to say this again, be cautious of the bartenders. They are not excluded because you never know who they are working with. Be very, very careful of the bartenders. I'm not saying every bartender is guilty of participating in some type of drug of choice, but I'm sure they are out there. Okay? So, prevention. Meet in public. Ladies, if you're going on a date, meet the date in public. Make sure that you provide your own transportation. Thank you, Mark, for tuning in. Make sure that you provide your own transportation. Stay in touch with friends if you are by yourself. Make sure whoever you're going to meet, they know that you are in contact with friends by cell phone. Okay. Next is don't accept open drinks. That goes for anywhere you go. If somebody buy your drink and you didn't see that drink being poured, don't accept it. If somebody buy your drink and they walk up when and say, here's a drink for me and you, no, don't accept that either. Because you don't know what they did with that drink prior to bringing it to you. That's not something you want to accept. Next is if you feel dizzy, if you feel confused, if you feel that you are out of your mental state and you drove to where you are at and you came alone, get or call an Uber and get in it by yourself. If you came with a group of people, whether they're your male friends or your girlfriends, ask them to take you home because you're not feeling well. Whatever you do, make sure that someone is with you. If you take an Uber, somebody you know is walking you to that Uber car and watching you get in that Uber, and they tell the Uber driver where to take you, or you tell the Uber driver where to take you, and you tell that person to make sure you get in the Uber car, shut the door, and they stand there and watch that Uber car drive off to make sure that no one is following you to where you have to get to, because they will do that. They will follow you. Next is check in with your senses. Like if you feel as though you've been roofied or you've been given a date rape drug, I just told you what to do. Hi, Yvette, how you doing? I just told you what to do to prevent yourself from being date raped and assaulted, because it's all about power. Whether it's a female doing the date raping or it's a male doing the date raping. Thank you, Yvette. Either way, it's about power. With the date rape, the rape, talk about signs of being drugged. I'm gonna tell you about signs of being drugged, but at the same time, I'm gonna tell you about a group of college engineers that created a product that ladies, they haven't came out with one for men yet, I'm sorry, but a product that ladies can purchase to tell if they were drugged while they are at the club with this drink. So I'm going to tell you about the experiment that they did, and then I'm going to tell you about the success of that experiment that they did to help women keep from being date raped. So here are the signs: unexpected drunkenness, drowsiness, mental confusion, hallucinations, difficulty speaking as in slurred speech, lose or you have uncoordinated movements, you may have gaps in memory, nausea, vomiting, and seizures are all signs of you've been drugged. If you feel like you've been drugged with any of these signs, get help. If you get raped, I'm going to have to say this. If you experience the trauma of rape, what I'm about to tell you, ladies, you may say, you know what, Carol, that's gross. I'm not doing it. I got to go do this. I'm going to say, this is what you should be doing. If you get raped and you experience the trauma, the unfortunate trauma of rape from a date rape drug, according to the law enforcement departments, this is the steps we should follow. Number one, call 911 or whatever the emergency number is in your state. Do not wash up. Do not take a shower. Do not dish from either end. Do not wash your clothes. Do not wash your panties. Do not wash nothing. You have to stay in the state that your predator left you in until you can get to the hospital. You want to stay, I'm going to say this again, ladies and gents. You want to stay in the state that your predator left you in until you can get to the hospital so they can do the proper test. Okay? I know it sounds gross, but according to the law and departments, this is what we must do, because that predator, if he may just leave some evidence around. So those are steps that you should take in the event that you do get date raped and you experience that horrible trauma. Those are the steps you should take. You call 911. Do not wash up. Do not dish. Do not wash your clothes. Don't wash your panties. Why does always do this? Hold on, y'all. Something's happening here. Okay. Those are the things that you want to do until you get to the hospital and they can do the proper tests that they need to do. After the hospital releases you, then you can get washed up, cleaned up, take a shower. So just follow those steps in case you encounter such a traumatic event. Now I want to tell you about these engineers. It was a group of engineers that they did this as a project, a class project, and it's a group of college engineers. Hi, Marlo, thanks for tuning in. And what they did was the product they created was a nail polish. The nail polish that they created changes colors. Like the nail polish that you naturally want to paint your nails and stuff. But let's say that you're out in a club and you feel as though you've been drugged. You would stick your finger that has the nail polish on there. If the nail polish changes colors, like to blue, because most of the date rape drugs is odorless and colorless. So when they are mixed with a liquid such as alcohol, which would enhance the effect of the date rape drug, it is still clear, whatever color the alcohol is in. But when you stick your finger into this drink with this special product fingernail polish, the fingernail polish on your finger is going to change colors, and that color is going to be blue. That is an indicator that you have been given a date rape drug. So out of that project that these college students created, there was an investor who saw their product and project. And what he did was he invested his money into that product so they could take it on a mass large stream. So that's what I wanted to share with you. Ladies, if you want some more information, if you want some more information on that particular fingernail polish, just hit me up. You can email me or you can call me at 267-679-8784. But I am going to put this segment into the Women's Closet TV group on Facebook. I will put that information in that group where you could download it and print it out. If you're not a member of the Women's Closet TV show group on Facebook, please join the group. It doesn't cost anything. I put everything up there that has to do with the women's closet segments on the shows that I give. Is there any questions that anybody have for me? Because my time is just about up. So is there any questions that anybody have for me about the date rape drugs? I will go over them one more time. Okay, I will go over them one more time. We talked about Rohypnol, street name. Let me give you the number one street name. Number one street name for Rohypnol is roofies. Everybody know what a roofie is. The next one is ketamine. The number one street name for ketamine is Special K. Then I gave you one last one. That was the gamma hydroxybutyric acid, which is also in drain cleaners. It is also used for people who have central nervous system disorders, and it is called GHB, but you may hear liquid X or G. If you hear liquid X or G, you know that that is the GHB, gamma hydroxybutyric acid, that is also in drain cleaners, that is also used for the central nervous system. Other than that, the other two is ketamine, which is Special K or kitty cat or cat volume. And then you have Rohypnol, which has La Roche, roofies. And so I've given you, again, the street names and the clinical names. So ladies and gents, I like to take the time out to say thank you for tuning in. And let me do this because I do this every week. Thank you, Marlo, for tuning in. Thank you, Angela, Yvette, Mark, Hassana, Justin, Anthony, Tara, Rashida. Thank you all for tuning in. If you have not already shared this live stream and this segment on the Women's Closet TV show, please share, because every woman and man should know of the date rape drugs, the prevention and the science of date rape drugs that I have given you. Keep in mind about the story that I just told you about Jasmine. This story happened about 2 weeks ago to Jasmine. Jasmine is a young lady that was in a club in Atlanta that was roofied. She was going to date rape drug, and she was raped on the dance floor. And people just watched and looked, and nobody helped her. The woman that recorded it live on Facebook, I don't know if they took the, I don't know if they took that live stream down or not. And somebody, hold on, let me see who wrote this. Okay, I didn't see. Okay, Tara says, I hope y'all can see this. There's a company that makes anti-rape underwear. I didn't know that. Thank you for sharing that, Tara. And let me ask you this, Tara. Do you know the name of the company that makes the anti-rape underwear? If not, I will research that information and I will post it. So just type yes or no if you know what the name of that company is for the anti-rape underwear. So I like to take the time out to say thank you once again, everybody, for tuning in to the Women's Closet TV show. This segment has been on date rape, drugs, and prevention. Please tune in next week. Okay, she's checking, so I won't go nowhere. Let her check, y'all. Don't go yet. Let her check. Okay, I'll find out for you. You know what? Let me see something. Hold on, everybody. Let me see if I could pull it up. Give me 1 minute. Let me see if I can find it real quick for everybody. Just let me check. Give me a minute. Don't go nowhere yet. I'm going to check this out and see if I can find it. The name of the company that makes the anti-rape underwear. Hold on. Because that's good information. Thank you for sharing, Tara. I appreciate that. See what comes up. It, hold on, I have it. I'm just trying to look for the company. Okay, the name of the company is called AR Wear. I'm still looking. Okay, there's actually two companies, but the one, yes, AR Wear. There's actually a second company that produces anti-rape clothing that's located in Germany. However, the reason why this designer made this clothing line was because of they were a victim of several sexual assaults. So here, AR Wear is the number one that's coming up, and it's called, and that's the name of the company for the. Let me look at something else, y'all. Hold on. Let me just check something else. Okay, what I got was, it's called AR Wear Anti-Rape Wear. It's AR Anti-Rape Wear. So that's the name of it. And it's AR Wear. And let me see if I can find a website for y'all in case y'all are interested in that. Hold on. See if I can find a website for you where you could purchase it. Hold on, I'm still looking. Still looking. Okay, it's not giving me a website. I don't want to hold y'all up. So what I'm going to do is I will research this some more for, hi Darnell, thanks for tuning in. I will research this some more to find the websites where you could purchase the anti-rape underwear. But I do see where it says they sell between $50 and $60 online. And they do have some plus sizes in men's sides and men lines as well. So they do anti-rape underwear for men and women because men do get raped too. And they sell between $50 and $60. However, like I said, I will research for the website where you could purchase these underwear. And I will also research, I will also put up there the name of the company that sells the product for the fingernail polish. When you put your finger in the fingernail polish, put your finger, and if the fingernail polish changes, that means, ladies, you have been date raped, and you know what steps to take in case you have been roofied. So I want to say thank you, Tara, for sharing that information with us about the anti-rape underwear. And I like to take the time out to say thank you, everybody, for tuning into my segment. And it is time for me to close out. I enjoyed y'all so much. Tune in next week. Next week, we have a guest, and that special guest is going to talk about, actually, hopefully two. And these two ladies is going to talk about being gay and facing racism. So that's with the always get the letters right, LGBTQ community. These two ladies they've been going through a lot. I personally know them. I know their story. I know what they've been going through, and they have been they've been targeted because they are gay, and they are slowly recovering from what happened to them last year. So please tune in and listen to their story, because we never know who these segments can help. So thank you everybody for tuning in. Stay blessed up. Tune in next Thursday at 7 p.m. And I'll see everybody on the next live stream. Take care, everybody. Good night.